Assalamualaikum and good day. Welcome back to Strategic Content and Information Management International Postgraduate Webinar 2021. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's start our second sharing session. For our second sharing session, we are delighted to have Associate Professor Dr. Masitah Ahmad, Faculty of Information Management lecturer who are currently active with research and wonderful project. Perhaps with the intelligent white here in the platform, all the student and viewer will be benefit from it. The floor is all yours, Dr. Masitah.
Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Thank you to our lovely MC for today's program, Miss Nurul Shifa Tukiran. Rabbi Shrari Sadri wa Yasiri Amri Wahlul Datami Misali Yafkau Kauli. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and very good afternoon to everyone. And welcome to Strategic Contents and Information Management International Postgraduate Webinar SCIMIPW 2021 today's. Before we start with the second knowledge sharing with our great speaker today, even though our MC just now already introduced about myself, it's also I would like to also introduce a little bit about myself. Actually, my name is Masitah binti Ahmad, and I'm currently associate professor with the PhD in the Faculty of Information Management and servicing with the UiTM Negeri Sembilan campus Rembau. I feel so fortunate today because the organizer invited me to act as the moderator for the second sessions of knowledge sharing this afternoon. Again, I would like to welcome to all the participants, especially from the Faculty of Information Management, UiTM Postgraduate Program, and the participants from all over the place, and thank you for joining the knowledge sharing today. Ladies and gentlemen, there are various activities has been planned and will be held through the SCIMPW 2021 program. And this knowledge sharing is one of the activities that have been planned for the success of the SCIMPW 2021. I also like to go over some information to all the participants for this webinar event. You will have the opportunity to submit text question to today's presenter by typing your question into the chat box question panels of the control panels. You may send in your question at any time during the presentation. We will collect these and address them during the Q&A sessions at the end of today's presentation. Dear participant, before I give this floor to our special presenter, allow me to introduce our great speaker, Professor Dr. Zainudin Awang. He is an academician, a researcher, a professional trainer, and also a consultant. Currently, Professor Dr. Zainudin Awang, working at Departments of Faculty Business and Management, University Sultan Zainal Abidin, well known as UNISZA, as a full professor starting from 2014 until present. In his previous working experience, actually, participants, our Professor Dr. Zainudin Awang has served at UiTM from July 1989 until June 2014. Mention about his education background, Professor Dr. Zainudin Awang has graduated from well-known university for his bachelor degree in fields of statistics at Iowa State University, United States in 1987. After that, he furthered his study at Western Michigan University, United States in 1989 for his master degree also in statistics field. While for his PhD studies, he's obtained it in the 2007 from the University Malaysia Terengganu, UMT, in fields of marketing. For your information, Professor Dr. Zainudin, data and achievement, especially in Scopus H index, he managed to get 14 with citation 382, RG score 74.35, RGH index 29, GSH index 41 with citation 5,606. It's really impressive. Okay, dear participant, for your information, Professor Dr. Zainudin Awang have a lot of experience and well known in the field of structural equation model called SEM. He been produced a few books on that field. Maybe in other sections, we will invite again Prof. Dr. Zainudin to give special talk on the same topic. But for today's knowledge sharing, our Professor Dr. Zainudin Awang will share with us his knowledge on topic of methodology in research. I hope that all participants can concentrate and can gain as much knowledge as possible from this knowledge sharing presentation. With further ado, I would like to call upon Professor Dr. Zainudin Awang to give his presentations on the topic of methodology in research. The floor is yours, Prof.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, the chairperson, okay, the moderator, thank you very much. And for the faculty of information management, I would like to thank you for inviting me to share my little knowledge with you. Okay, thank you very much. I'm going to spend time to share knowledge. If let's say you need more further info regarding the knowledge that I share, you may contact me. And at the same time, I can share with you, actually I've shared with you the book on structural equation modeling, the articles and so on. Okay, now the topic given to me is the research, the internet. I mean, today I'm going to talk on mastering research methodology. Methodology. Okay, before that, I would like to share the application of here the application of structural equation modeling as a start. For example, I would like to share. Okay, let's say we have this framework of the study. Okay, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 construct. 7 construct. Okay, not variable construct measured using multiple item in the questionnaire. Okay, the three exogenous, we call it, 3 independent construct is system quality, service quality, and information quality. Okay, and these 3 are expected to influence or to give impact on perceived ease of use. So we have 3 hypotheses, H1, H2, H3. Okay, and perceived ease of use expected to to influence perceived usefulness. So the hypothesis there is H4. And PU, perceived usefulness, will influence, okay, intention to use. The hypothesis there is H5. And intention to use, okay, is expected to influence the actual usage, H6. So you have 6 hypotheses here, 6 direct effect hypotheses, and the model consists of 3 independent construct, 3 mediators construct, and 1, okay, a dependent construct. So how are we going to deal with this? Okay, the first generation method of regression, for example, cannot entertain this. Okay, the limitation of regression cannot involve, cannot entertain the construct with multiple items. So we have no other choice but to employ the latest method of modeling. We call it structural equation modeling. So using structural equation modeling, okay, we study properly. Okay, before I begin, I just want to show you, okay, how is this working. You go to the first one. This is mediator. So this is mediator number 1, mediator number 2, mediator number 3. So while modeling, we need to model the mediator. We want to test the mediator. Okay, here, mediator number 1, from system quality to perceived quality, perceived ease of use to perceived usefulness. So we need to draw this, okay, direct effect. So we call it this, the first indirect effect, second indirect effect, and this is direct effect. So indirect effect, direct effect is a term in testing mediator. This is another direct effect. This is another direct effect. At the same time, the study also need to estimate this direct effect. Remember, when testing hypothesis for mediator, we are talking about 3 triangle here. IV1, okay, mediator, and DV. So this is the mediator. Okay. Never mind if we don't understand. We convert into proper framework when testing mediator. And see, system quality, system Q, we have 5 dimensions. Okay, 20 items in questionnaire. And when we conducted the what we call the exploratory factor analysis, we have 5 dimensions. When I mention EFA, never mind if for those who are new, maybe still new to the research, never mind. I'll go to together later. Okay. Service quality 4 dimension with 10 items, 16 items. Information quality 4 dimension with 16 items. Okay, 16 items. Okay, here, okay, we link to mediator. Okay, never mind. I just go through. Now we insert item. We develop item. Okay, we develop item and we insert item and we convert. From framework into AMOS framework. And this is another method that you need to learn. Okay, we need to learn. Never mind. I share the book with you. You can go through. You can you can what we call it. You can read. Okay. Then we're going to have a session. Never mind. Okay. So by putting the data, inputting the data, we get the result already. Okay, very fast. So from framework, try to refine the framework. Okay, convert framework into AMOS graphic. Input data, got the result. First result called standardized regression. Second result called regression. And you can test hypothesis. I show you another framework. I'll give you a hypothetical name for the construct. Okay. The first is the if you look there, 2 independent construct, 1 mediator construct called C, okay, and 1 dependent construct D, and 3 moderator. So H6 there is a moderator in the model. So C is a mediator, and you have mediator and moderator. Okay, how are we going to do this? Okay, convert into a proper framework in AMOS. Okay, so construct A has 36 items, 38 items. Construct B, 18 items. Construct C, 22 items, and D, 21 items. So this is the model. So SAM made simple. That's why I write a book called SAM made simple. Okay, this book was sold, quite a lot. Okay, need to print many times. But for you guys today, I give it for free, soft copy. You can get from the admin. Okay, so A has 5 components resulted from what? Exploratory factor analysis. Okay. B has 4 components. It resulted from exploratory factor analysis. C also 3 components and D 3 components. So as I said, from here you convert into AMOS. See, here is the framework. Here is framework in AMOS. Here is the result after you running the structural equation modeling. The software is IBM SPSS AMOS. IBM SPSS AMOS. This is free software. Okay, because the university, not free, but since the software is subscribed by the university, you can get it for free. Okay, if you need to purchase on your own, this is 5,000 single user. 5,000 single user. Okay, so you have 2 set of output. Okay, that's it. Okay, so thank you. Okay, for this one, okay, you may contact me. My handphone number, my my email address. Okay, so never mind. Okay, so I want to begin with the initial. That's only introduction. Okay, hopefully everything is okay. Okay, is it okay? If not okay, maybe the sound is not very clear. Okay, maybe you can okay, let me know in the chat. Okay, now before that, we need to follow proper, we call it proper research discipline. Okay, in order to know that, to do this, to do that fluently, you need to master research methodology. So since today the audience mostly are the postgraduate as well as my colleague lecturers. Okay, I would like to share my knowledge to the postgraduate so that you know how to do research right from the first time. Okay, not to not to get major correction, for example. Okay, for your information, this year alone, 2021 up to August, I have 10 students. 10 students. My student graduate PhD. 10 PhD graduate. Okay, and next week on 24th of August, another one will viva. Another one will viva, and for the November graduate, I have 11 PhD. So currently I have 31 PhD students. Okay, let's move on. Okay, first of all, okay, maybe for the newcomers, for students who just started the PhD, whether students or the staff, okay, the problem that they suffer is to identify the issue. Okay, many students, many students from other universities contacted me. Okay, last night one, this morning one. The issue is cannot graduate on time. The issue is, need to pay back HLP for, what's HLP? Hadiah Latihan Persekutuan. The value is 160,000 ringgit according to agreement and need to finish within 42 months, 3.5 years. The one that contacted me yesterday completed 2 years already. But not even the what we call it, not even the proposal passed. He presented once last year but failed. Need to change everything and need to present again on this coming end of this month, 27. And this month, this month, 2021 August, he completed 2 years already. He has another 1.5 years to go. So I asked him the problem. What's the issue? He said that, okay, many times he met the supervisor, discussed the issue. There's no issue, no issue. No issue, no problem statement. So he said, the problem for 2 years is no problem. What's your problem? I have no problem. Meaning that no problem statement to begin with. Okay, cannot establish. So that's why students need to be very careful. Okay, very careful. Okay, need to have very strong issue to begin with. Statistical support, literature support, public statement, for example. Okay, if you fail to establish the problem, then you cannot move on. Okay, then go to another step we call research question to address by your study. What are research questions? What are ambiguities that your research is trying to address? And even some students, when I ask, what's your research questions to begin with? They told me, you mean questionnaire? How bad is that? How bad? I asked research question. They say, oh, we don't develop questionnaire yet. So meaning that that's the mix up between research question and questionnaire. Okay, so I offer the book. I have a book called Practical Guide in Writing a Postgraduate Research Proposal. Okay, so what is research question? It is like interrogative statement regarding the issue or ambiguity surrounding the issue that need to be addressed by your study. Okay, maybe not very clear yet. Review the literature. Have you read the literature, for example? Okay, the supervisor, the popular wording is, what's the gap? So the student feel very difficult to get the gap. What's the gap? So another nightmare to get research gap. Actually, the gap or literature gap or some call it knowledge gap is in terms of what has been researched. That's why, okay, need to understand, need to, to read the literature, read, read, read. If you don't like reading, then quit doing a postgraduate study. Okay, spend time reading. Okay, okay. So what has been researched and what has not yet been researched? Okay, maybe previous researcher studied certain area, get certain finding, but still maybe the finding is not complete or incomplete and require new research, new issue arise, for example. So that's what we call it, critical reading of literature. Criticize, okay, not reporting, but criticizing what has not right and defend and, argue. So then only you may need to propose a new research so that you can address the problem that you identified. If you cannot identify the problem, you cannot propose a new proposal. No proposal. What are you propose? I'm going to do this, to do that. Why? I don't know. What has previous researcher done? Okay, not clear. So that's why I say the student need to get correct, correct base to begin with. Okay, correct footing we call it. Okay, then from your reading of literature, okay, what are the variable or construct involved in previous study? Okay, for example, okay, I want to share another. Okay, this is my student's PowerPoint. Okay, she graduated already. So she's among the 10 newly graduated, just submitted last month. The correction, just submitted. Okay, so this is the model, the title of the study: Modeling Voluntary Savings Model for Future Retirement. Future retirement in Malaysia. Modeling the voluntary saving model. What's the issue? This is the issue. Your statement, your issue must be supported by the statistic. You cannot claim something without backing. You are only making noise. You guys, student, you go to see supervisor and you say that this is my title of the study and this is the issue that I'm going to work with. So what's the support? You don't have the support, meaning that you go to your supervisor's office and you make noise only. Okay, so this is the support. You need to get the source. When you say something, you need to support, to back up your claim, to establish the issue that you want to begin your research. Then you go back to, so this is the issues, what EPF said, what AKPK, which AKPK, Agensi Kredit and Penarapan Kebangsaan, AKPK. Okay, you need to have all this. Then the problem. Okay, then research question, research objective, and research hypothesis. Okay, so if you spend, for example, the student that I was telling you just now, spend more than 2 years, 2 years, to get the proposal done, and he has another 1.5 years, 18 months to begin, research methodology. You cannot collect data straight away. You need to refine the framework. Before refining framework, you need to get the hypothesis development. Before that, you need to get the theory to support. So that's why, some students very difficult. Okay, PhD is not play, it's not a playground. Okay, it's not try and error. Okay, if you assume it as a try and error, then you'll be upset. You'll be upset. You need to, you will end up paying. Okay, HLP 160K, fellowship 250K. Okay, I know this because I can show you. I have almost 400 cases, 400 problems. Okay, with come with data set, with the model, but don't know how to go about analyzing, because you need to learn. You need to learn structural equation modeling in order to tackle this problem. This study you have, for example, two framework. As I said, the framework is developed based on the literature. Because you read literature, you will identify the construct, the variable, and using the theory, you relate, you assemble the variable and get the theoretical support, especially when you want to develop the hypothesis. Okay, having said this, you are done at this stage. This is only 30%. You need to you need to search for instrument to measure. For example, in this case, financial literacy is one of the construct. Social influence, financial attitude, financial retirement planning, voluntary saving decision. So we have 5 constructs to measure. Okay. Then before that, okay, as I said, since the hypothesis, I mean the study is post doctorate, you need to have what? Support. You need to show gap, because the study for PhD, you need to have what? Contribution. So what is your research gap? Can be methodological gap. Okay, methodology gap can also, okay, and many other gap. So this one need to go through and to discuss with the supervisor and get the agreement by supervisor, okay, and present. Even after your presentation, make sure you refine. Even if you guys student, I'm talking to the postgraduate student. Even though you have the proposal accepted, but still you need to refine, because your framework can still be rejected in the Viva. Why? Because sometimes the panel, the examiner in the proposal defense overlook something, and your supervisor also overlook something. But when the examiner in Viva read your thesis, okay, they're not going to be overlooked. No, they have experience. They have experience examining thesis. They know where to catch up, where to catch. They know where to go about getting your mistake, for example. Okay. Okay, and methodology. So this is the one that I would like to explain with you to share. Okay, methodology. Because most of the time, maybe from my observation, I've been in this business for 32 years. 32 years, and I viva many students, and I myself also has many students, and I viva as external examiner, internal examiner, chairperson of the viva session. I know. Okay, most of the time, or the majority of the correction comes from methodology. Chapter 3, Chapter 4. And when you have correction in methodology, most of the correction are major correction, especially when you need to redefine the study population, the population of the study, redefine. Okay, redo, okay, sampling, redo sampling, or maybe revalidate survey questionnaire. You need to validate because you did not validate the survey questionnaire. You need to do validation procedure. Okay, and also analysis. Sometimes the hypothesis is one thing, but method of analysis to test the hypothesis is wrong. Okay, method of analysis to test hypothesis. Okay, so okay, this one is same. All these are structural equation modeling. Get the result and okay. So finish this one. Let's continue with the this one. Okay. Okay. This is determine the construct the variable involved in the study. This is from literature search. Okay, literature search. Okay, then only you know the construct of your study. Then try to assemble the construct. Okay, theoretically determine how the variable or construct are interrelated in the schematic diagram. Okay, sketch. Begin from the left with independent construct, the middle, mediator, and the right, far right, is the dependent construct. Try. Okay, so try to present the conceptual framework in the what? In the conference. Choose the conference that provide what we call it discussion, commentators. Okay, don't rely on the input by public on the floor. I mean the participant or the audience in the floor. They might not be, focused on what you are talking about. Okay, or they themselves are presenters. Don't go to presentation or conference where in a room you have 5 audience. You are the 6th audience, 1 chairman. All of you are presenters. No audience. Okay, your friends are only waiting a turn to present. So there is a waste of time you present in that occasion. Waste of time. Nobody care. Okay, after your 15-minute presentation, that's it. Any question? No. They are only interested to get you what? To finish. You finish because they want to continue their presentation. Then you get the certificate. No. Go to the presentation where in each session they put 2 discussants. Discussants are the associate professor or professor in that particular field. They will listen to your presentation carefully and comment and give you improvement. That is important. Okay. So as for the instrument, you can adopt the for the model first. You may adopt the model and modify by introducing new construct into the model. Maybe a previous model no mediator, you introduce mediator. Or maybe previous model got 1 mediator, but you put 2 mediators in the model or moderator. But in the first place, you yourself need to know what is mediator function, what is moderator function. You need to know. Need to go to to the workshop, to the webinar. Okay, there are a lot of workshops out there, webinars. I myself conducted many webinars. Okay, maybe every month webinars. Okay, so make sure you know what you are doing. Okay, you know what you are doing because you are responsible. Don't, as a student, don't rely too much on your supervisor. Supervisor might be very busy. Supervisor might not, concentrate, might not have focus Okay, you yourself need to focus, menghayati dalam bahasa Melayu, menghayati, emotionally menghayati framework you sendiri. Okay, okay, then determine the research questions. Okay, as I said, research questions are what? Ambiguities surrounding, okay, surrounding the research. Maybe does construct A has significant effect on construct B? Or maybe, does construct A mediates the relationship between construct C and D? Understand? So the thing that you need to research, only your research can answer. That is the research question. Thing that you need to address. Okay. In my previous, I can show you from my students here. Okay, this is a research hypothesis. Research, what we call a research question. Objective maybe to determine the mediating role of financial attitude in the relationship between financial literacy and financial retirement planning. Okay, so research question is the one that you want to know. Does financial attitude mediate the relationship between these two? Understand? Then research hypothesis. Research hypothesis, before you come up with research hypothesis, you need to have what we call it hypothesis development in chapter 2. Okay. So how many research hypotheses? Okay, normally one research objective, one research question, and one research hypothesis. Or maybe sometimes you have one research objective but two research questions and two research hypotheses. Okay, so it depends on your discussion with your supervisor. Okay, so from here, okay, what is research question? In other words, what are the things or questions or ambiguities or that your study at the end of the day, your study will answer this. You get a clearer picture by conducting the study. Sometimes the research question is not strong, meaning that the research question is not strong to the extent that you need to conduct a study in order to answer the research question. Okay? Okay. Objective of the study. Formulate research hypothesis to be tested. This is especially for the quantitative. For qualitative is only enough at the research questions. Okay, research question for qualitative. Qualitative, maybe how single mothers with a career and having kids manage to survive postgraduate study. So the research question that begins with how is qualitative research question. How mean you can only observe, you can interview, understand? You can, do the intensive interview from there, okay? From interviewing many respondents that meet the characteristic, then only you come up with a theme. Note 1, note 2, for example, how to answer the research question of how. But for the quantitative research question, it begins with, does A have significant effect on B? Meaning that leading to what? Hypothesis. Leading to testing hypothesis. Okay, let's move on. Formulate hypothesis. For example, okay, I'll give you I have a lot of example of hypothesis in this study. Okay, for example, I open this one. Okay, suppose that this is your study. Okay, 3 construct of independent, cultural intelligence, emotional intelligence, perceived organizational support. 3. exogenous. In SEM, we call it exogenous or independent. And one mediator called cross-cultural adjustment. One mediator, one moderator called psychological contract. Okay, and one dependent construct called expatriate performance. So this is the framework of the study, and this is the hypothesis, H1. H1, the study want to prove that, to test that cultural intelligence has significant influence on cross-cultural adjustment. Cultural intelligence has significant effect on cross-cultural adjustment. That's your first hypothesis. The second hypothesis, you see that emotional intelligence. The third hypothesis is perceived organizational support. All these hypotheses need to be tested. Understand? To develop hypothesis is one thing. Before developing hypothesis, get the framework. Getting the framework must what? Must be based on the construct in the study. So the construct is, expatriate performance, cross-cultural adjustment, cultural intelligence, emotional intelligence, perceived organizational support, and how these constructs are interrelated. Need to refer the theory, need to refer to the literature. Okay, which one occur first, then followed by which one? So cultural intelligence, then cross-cultural adjustment, and so on. Okay, this one need to what? To be in logical sequence. Okay, then as I said, framework, logical, okay, development to test the mediator. What's mediator? Cross-cultural adjustment. How to test it? You need to estimate the direct effect. Okay, direct effect. Okay, then convert into Amos. Then input data. Then what? Then get the result. As simple as A, B, and C. Of course, this is difficult when I begin last time. Okay, last time in 2000, I know this in 2003. Okay, 2003. So today is 2018. I have 2021. I have 18 years experience. So that's why I know what I'm talking about. Okay, I have I don't know much. A lot of things in life I don't know, but SEM I know very much. I know very well. Okay, I can tell you that I know very well. Okay, inside out. Okay, so here you have two results. Okay, and the beauty of SEM is, okay, using Amos, let's say just now your study, your framework just now involved testing the hypothesis. Testing the hypothesis of what? The effect of cultural intelligence on cross-cultural adjustment. Okay, then when you get the result, of course you want to test the hypothesis. This is cultural intelligence. This is cross-cultural adjustment. And this is the beta. 0.30 is beta. This is beta. You want to test cultural intelligence on cross-cultural adjustment. Beta 0.30. Whether this beta 0.30 significant or not, you can check in the what we call it, text output. This one, okay. This 0.30 is 0.295. Cross-cultural intelligence on cross-cultural adjustment. Cultural intelligence on cross-cultural adjustment, because 2 decimal places. The exact decimal is 0.295 in text output. But on the graphic, Amos give you only 2 decimal places, 0.30. How about this one? Emotional intelligence, 0.28. The real value is 0.277. Okay, so this is the value. Okay, never mind. Just now I said that I want to test cultural intelligence on cross-cultural adjustment. What is this? So Amos tells you When cultural intelligence goes up by 1 unit, cross-cultural adjustment goes up by 0.295, meaning that the effect of 1 is 0.295. Not bad. And what is this? This is what we call it what? Standard error. The regression weight estimate 0.295 has a standard error of about 0.083. What is this? Okay, you don't get this in other software only by clicking, click, no. Okay, this software is very intelligent. It helps you, it guides you. Okay, what is this? This is Z. Dividing the regression weight estimate by the estimate of standard error give Z equal to 3.535. And remember, we want to test hypothesis, whether the effect of cultural intelligence on cross-cultural adjustment is significant or not. Okay, you press here under P press, then it gives you the answer. The probability of getting a critical ratio as large as 3.535 in absolute value is less than 0.001. So maybe you don't understand that one. Then you read again, in other words, meaning that Amos is intelligent. They know you don't know. They know that you don't know. And not many people know this. You see, in other words, the regression weight for cultural intelligence in the prediction of cross-cultural adjustment is significantly different from 0 at 0.001 level, meaning that the effect is significant. Amos tells you the effect is significant. So your duty is just to copy this one. To copy and put near your hypothesis. Okay, maybe this, okay. Get the blank one, put it somewhere. Then based on this statement, you decide whether your hypothesis statement is supported or not supported. Okay, this is the value. Maybe the first you don't understand, so you read the second one. Okay, the first, the probability of getting a critical ratio as large as 3.535 in absolute value is less than 0.001. You don't understand. You don't understand here. Don't tell me. Don't bluff me. I know you don't know. So you read this one. In other words, okay, you're only looking for this, no? Significantly different, meaning that the result is significant. Okay, so you put hypothesis, let's say in your article, this is your hypothesis 1, the relationship blah 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 blah. Then you get this, so okay, so you say based on the above statement, the hypothesis is what? Supported. Finish. Okay. Okay. So easy for you. Just put the hypothesis statement, the one that said cross-cultural intelligence you can effect on whatever. Then you copy this one and say that based on the above statement, the hypothesis is empirically supported. Okay. Okay. Finish. Okay. This is free. This is free. Okay. This software is free, and you can test Mediator. That is another story. Okay. You want to prove that. Okay. Cultural intelligence, for example, cultural intelligence without cross-cultural adjustment will not result in expected performance. That is testing for Mediator. Okay, Mediator test. Okay, let's continue. Okay. Okay, formulate hypothesis. Then what? Determine the instrument to measure the construct in your framework. Determine the instrument. You adapt, you adapt instrument from the previous study, or you adopt, you modify, etc., etc. And if so, then make sure that you validate, you validate the instrument. Validation procedure, you need to validate for content validity, construct validity, convergent, criterion, face validity, content validity, face validity, and criterion validity. 3 validities you need to validate for the newly developed, newly modified instrument. Because the instrument, the questionnaire that you use might not be exactly like the one that you adapt from literature. You may, change wordings, okay, to suit the study, to suit your study. Maybe the questionnaire was developed and meant for research in, industry, or maybe in banking service, maybe in banking. But you want to employ it. You employ and use in education, for example. Okay. So maybe knowledge sharing behavior in banking service, or maybe in government service, in banking, or in other industry. Your study is about knowledge sharing behavior in higher education, for example. Okay. The model might be the same, but the instrument might not be the same. Okay. You need to validate. How to validate? Get the expert to do it for you. I'll give you example. Okay, I'll give you example. Before that, I want to show for example, this is the framework. Okay. Okay. Tingkah laku perkongsian maklumat, knowledge sharing behavior. So knowledge sharing behavior is the dependent construct, or we call it endogenous construct. So mediator is kesediaan untuk berubah. Maybe this model is not suitable in other industries. Maybe kesediaan untuk berubah maybe in higher education. So in higher education, the model differs from the same model. We are talking about tingkah laku perkongsian maklumat, or we call it knowledge sharing behavior. So the instrument that you adapt, you need to modify. Okay, because what? Because you are you want to employ the same instrument in another industry. The wordings need to change accordingly. Maybe some item need to be added up. Certain item that you adapt from other industry, you need to throw out because it is not applicable, and something like that. Okay, so jangkaan kepercayaan is one of the construct. Independent. Niat tingkah laku, intention niat, or hasrat. Pengaruh sikap. This is in Bahasa Malaysia. This study is one of the model by student from I think either UPM or UKM. I'm not very sure, but I have this because they come and talk to me and get my advice to get analysis done. Okay, so I think UKM, because this is in Bahasa Melayu. Okay, I don't know in English. Niat tingkah laku, maybe intention to I don't know intention, but pengaruh sikap means what? Sikap is attitude, whatever. Okay, what I'm interested to tell you is that you need to verify the instrument, validate. How to validate? I show you how to validate. Example. Okay. Okay, maybe where okay, this is one of the instrument. Okay, this is the instrument. Okay, this is the one. Okay, this is the instrument. Okay, after you develop the instrument, you need to get someone to validate for you. To validate the scale that you use is correct and meet the requirement for parametric analysis. And maybe the student want to employ SAM, for example, structural equation modeling. Need to get validation. Okay, need to get this, and you need to put this in your what? Appendix. So that the examiner know that you validate your instrument. If let's say you translate into another language, you need to get the validation from what? Face validity expert, language expert. It's not easy, you know. Okay, if you don't validate, then the examiner manage to know this, and game is over. Okay, you are you obtain the instrument, the data using instrument which is not validated. Okay, validated. This is an example of validation. Okay, validation. Okay, let's move on. Okay, I still have what 1 hour. Okay, now I go fast. Pre-testing. So validation procedure called pre-testing. So validation procedure is part of the pre-testing. Okay, then you go to pilot testing. Then you need to report for exploratory factor analysis. You explore the item that you develop or you modify. It's not necessarily that the item is usable to begin with, or to collect data. You need to do the exploratory factor analysis and report in chapter 3. Remember, no EFA report in chapter 3, meaning that you are not doing the what we call the reliability testing. Okay, so how to report EFA? I share the article of EFA reporting with you, with the admin. Then you can get from admin. I show you. Never mind. I show you the article, example of article on EFA, for example. This one, EFA. Okay, this is how to do EFA literature. Okay, these are the items. Okay, factor analysis. These are the items that you need to do the exploratory factor analysis. You have how many items? D1, whatever. Okay, all these items. These are the item statement. Okay, this is the mean score, and okay, standard deviation of the item score. And these items are being explored. Then you get the K-Mayer alkene. This one has to be greater than 0.7 in order to get the KMO, test for sample adequacy, to move on. Then you move on. Oh, this is the script plot. Meaning, if script plot like this, meaning that the item has dimension. How many dimension? 1, 2, 3, 4. At least 4 dimension component. Okay, here 4 component, and you need to show that this one must be greater than 60%, meaning that the item and the component manage to estimate, explain 66% of the construct. Less than that, meaning the item is not enough. And these are the component, 4 components. If items are deleted, it show here. Okay. So this is an example of what? Exploratory. Then for every item, you need to compute the what? Every component need to compute the internal reliability. Or you know this already, comma alpha. You need to show that this value is greater than this value is greater than 0.7. This value. Okay, finish. Okay, finish, we go back. Okay. Field study. Remember, okay, no field study without you first explore the item, because the item you develop might be a lot of item, and some item are not usable, are not important. How important the item? You measure using factor loading. If the factor loading is poor, then you remove that item from the study. Some items are redundant. Okay, some items are redundant. This morning, one of the lecturer, one of UiTM lecturer, okay, WhatsApp me. I can show you the WhatsApp. Okay, she has a problem. The article get rejected because of multicollinearity problem in dataset. Multicollinearity problem in dataset, meaning that the construct are highly correlated. Okay, so field study determines sample size. Target population must be what? Must be properly defined. Target population must be properly defined. Okay, and sampling frame. So these are important. Sampling frame are the list of respondent that you can select. Okay, don't say that the researcher went to some place and start distributing questionnaire. Wrong. Never say that. Okay, never say that. We go to a school, then start distributing questionnaire. No, you need to get the list of respondents first from the school. Let's say the teachers. Teacher, we have 200 teachers. Then from 200 teachers, you need to select properly. Okay, maybe 20 teachers. Then you go to the school and you find the selected teachers only to give the questionnaire. Because when you have sampling frame, you have all 200 teachers to begin selection. You cannot go to school where you find 10 teachers, then you say we give respondent to 10 teachers day one. Then day two we go again, then we have 20, another 10 teachers, then we give 2 teachers. So now we have 20 teachers. Represent that school. Wrong. Okay, you have to get the list of school teachers all together in that school. Then from the list, let's say from 200 you select 10%, 20. The selected one must be randomly selected. Then only you go and search for that respondent. Like lucky draw, Those who draw the lucky number, don't go to somewhere and give. They draw from the pool, from the whole numbers of tickets. Then only obtain the ticket. Then only go and look who are the owner of the ticket. Okay. So this is most of the time the correction is at the sampling frame. Some at the target population. Okay, one of the respondent in my group, I have a Telegram group to discuss on research. Okay, 1,000 over. I have 3 group. One Telegram group, 1.2K, two FB private group. The other one is 2,000 over. Another one is 1,000 over. So I have 3 group of chatting group discussing on research. 1 Telegram, 2 FB group. Okay. In the group, someone happened to post the questionnaire in my group. It's okay, no problem. When I open the questionnaire, from the title of the study, I know that the target population is the school teachers who teach English. School teachers, Malay school teachers English. Okay, but when he posted in my group, what if Those who responded are not school teachers. Understand? Even if they are school teachers, they are not teaching English. Are they included in your target population? Wrong. Understand? So you cannot simply, distribute the questionnaire on the people on the street. Make sure you go and get the list of the qualified people to receive the questionnaire. Okay, so here, field research methodology. Understand? Field research methodology. Supervisor also overlook. You also overlook. Okay. Then method of sampling must be probability sampling. Okay. Then determine the method of data analysis. Okay. So depend on the objective of the study and the framework. Okay. So some study require doing regression. Some study require you doing ANOVA. Some study require you using MANOVA. Another one is ANCOVA. MANOVA means this one analysis of variance, ni multivariate. This one variate. ANOVA can be one-way ANOVA, two-way ANOVA, but not multivariate ANOVA. Another one is ANCOVA. ANCOVA. ANCOVA means analysis of covariance. And here PLSM and SAM. So depends on the method. So I have here the choice. You may choose what analysis you choose depend on what you want to analyze. What method you choose depend on what you want to analyze. For example, here, let me see. Okay, I have problem. Okay, here. Okay, can use what? One sample T test, one sample Z test, PET sample. Depend on what you want to analyze. You want to analyze changes in mean, difference in mean, isn't it? Different in mean for a group and so on. So, okay, I cannot slow down here because I cannot cover all. These are the method of analysis. You are testing a relationship. They are the method of analysis. Okay. Okay. For example, you're talking about the method of analysis is to test the strength of relationship, to analyze the influence. Different. Analyze the influence of several. So here, simple regression, multiple regression. Another one is what? Yeah. Logistic regression. Then you're talking about construct. Okay. Relationship. You may use PLSM. You may use SAM. The issue is when to use PLSM and when to use SAM. You need to understand. Because sometimes your study require using SAM, but you instead using PLSM. But for nowadays, benefit of the doubt, because not many examiner knows. Understand? Examiner knows? No? Okay? But I know. I read the problem statement. I read the framework. I read the hypothesis. I know that you need to use SAM, for example. Then you end up, you go and use PLSM. I know that this is wrong. Understand? I know that this is wrong. Okay? So you need to know and do right in the first time. Okay? The supervisor might not know this because during their time maybe no SAM yet. Okay? They are only using regression. Okay. So testing like this, testing like, mediator, moderator, for example here, mediator, testing moderator. These are the method of analysis. Okay. You need to do parametric bootstrapping, multi-group analysis, and so on. What I mean is there are 13 choices together. more than that actually, more than that, because some I don't list down here. Time series analysis, okay, data envelopment analysis, software using Stata, eViews, and so on, many others. Okay, this is the method. So since the class is mastering research, you should know what you should be doing. At least select the correct method, at least. Okay, then only we go back and learn. And you need to learn this. Okay, so there are many choices. So that's why in my PowerPoint here, I put that determine the method of data analysis. Method of analysis here. Okay, depend on the objective of the study and also hypothesis testing. Hypothesis testing. Okay. Okay, then this one is same. I don't want to go deeply here because I give the book for you guys to read. Okay, then assemble. Okay, discuss the result and contribution. Okay, suggestion. Okay, at the end of the day, okay, you need to answer this when you write abstract. And because examiner will read the abstract. They're asking of what? They're looking for what is your study about? Must be clear. What is your study about? By reading, for example, you go and get somebody's abstract and read the abstract, whether you understand or not. You understand, oh, this study is about the, okay, why? Well, this is the rationale for study. Why? Okay. What's the issue? How, mean methodology. The study, employ what? The target population of the study is who? The method of data collection, the method of sampling, and method of analysis. How? Okay. So that's why here, who is your target population must be specific. Not my target population in my study is valid for everybody on the street. No. Knowledge sharing behavior among what? Among academicians. So academicians are the target population. Okay, one of the student in one of the good top university in Klang Valley, okay, got major correction. I don't know about this until after the Viva. Maybe in the afternoon somebody called me. Prof Zainudin ke ni? I said yes. Saya ini daripada universiti ni. Kenapa? Oh Prof, I need your help lah. Why? You see, tu menangis, crying already. My Viva, saya kena condemn, dia eject saya punya model, what is this? Oh no Prof. After I just Viva, then I got major correction. Then one of the examiner suggest your name, give me the number to call you. Oh, dia tengah tak tersusun kata-kata. Terus dia menangis, dia cerita tentang Viva, dia kena condemn, tentang bukan major correction, no, Reviva. Reviva mean fail. You need to reanalyze. Maybe the same, actually the target population. You know, the target population, ni cerita dia lah. Target population are the accountant. Oh, sedap dia masa buat proposal, macam bagus je. Accountant. Those are doing accounting services. Accounting profession. Tetapi, bila dia guna sampel, based on Craigie Morgan, dia kena cari 384 respondent. Who are the respondent? Accounting professional. Then, dia tak dapat. She cannot get this number. So what happened? She give questionnaire to the final year accounting student. To replace the accountant professional. So the examiner rejected, meaning that she has to collect data. If let's say, if you fail to get an accountant, then if you want to change to final year accounting student as your target population, then you need to change in the proposal. Everything need to change. Understand? Not just that. When you do the pilot study, testing the questionnaire, pre-test, for example, need to pre-test on that final year student. Need to do collection for pilot study based on respondent from that final year accounting. So need to redo 1 year. After 1 year, need to viva. Okay. So another one is what you get from your study. What contribution? So the last one is the most important thing. So I hope I have shared you knowledge. At least the title given to me is what? Research methodology. I managed to cover the title. It's just that whether I managed to concentrate or not, I don't know. Because normally the workshop for methodology is 2 days workshop, 2 days. First day until second day. Second day we have the practice, how to analyze using different method of data analysis. That's methodology. We need to practice doing the questionnaire, for example, validating the questionnaire, and I give you pilot study data. We have the practice of doing exploratory factor analysis, of doing and do reporting, not just doing and get output, do the reporting and write article. Okay, so here is to 1 hour. Okay, more than 1 hour, I don't think it's enough. So thank you. If you have more time, I want to ask some other thing, you may pick up my phone number and contact me through the phone. Okay, I have another. Okay, I have another. Okay, here. Hold on. Okay, not this one. This one. Okay, I have the email number also. Okay. Okay. Before I finish, I want to show you the framework. Okay. See, framework of the study. Framework proper. Insert the component resulted from the exploratory factor analysis. Convert into AMOS. So here is framework. Here is framework in AMOS. That's why I say AMOS, SPSS AMOS, is what you see is what you get. Here is what you see, is what yours. Just convert. Then you get the result already. As easy as this. As easy as A, B, and C. So that's why to help you understand, I come up with a book, Pendekatan Mudah SAM. This one is in Bahasa Malaysia. This one is 40 ringgit lah satu kopi. Okay. Pendekatan Mudah SAM. And you read. And if you want to get the workshop, just this already the note, workshop material already. Okay, here. So just keep reading. If you don't read, you will not understand. At least you have the material with you. Okay. So what else? This is the article of knowledge sharing behavior, KSB. Okay, done by one of my PhD student. Okay, and if you want to read the article, is in here. Okay, I have a lot of material to share, you know, but time is not permitting. Okay, hold on. Let me go. Okay, hold on. Let me go to okay. Where's knowledge sharing behavior? Somewhere here. Okay, here. Okay, knowledge sharing behavior, knowledge sharing in multicultural organization, evidence from Pakistan. Okay, so this is the paper. So this is part of the article that I give to the admin to share with the student. Okay, I think I finished. Okay, okay, thank you very much. Any question?
Okay, thank you, Prof. Dr. Zainudin. But actually, we have a few questions from the participant.
Oh, no problem.
So let me read this on. Okay, this is our first question from Nurul Shifa Tukiran. Assalamualaikum, Prof. I am Shifa. I want to ask, should we focus on the single problem or issue, and how to elaborate to become the need to be a research worth to be studied? So that is our first question, Prof. From Nurul
Okay.
Shifa.
Okay, okay. Actually, the problem, yeah, should be focused. Focus. What's the issue? Focus, and get the support. Sometimes we thought there is a problem, but this is only the what we call it the part of the part of what we call it problem. So make sure symptom. The problem sometimes we thought it is a problem. It's only a symptom. Symptom, you know. Okay. So need to read. That's why it's very difficult to answer this. But if I were you, just keep reading. No, get the keyword, or like this. If I may give you, tip. Because last time I did my PhD in UMT. Okay, because I don't have scholarship, I got 2 scholarship already overseas. Then the 3rd scholarship I cannot get. You Masitah, you from UiTM Kelantan also, right?
Yeah, yes.
You know Dr. Hussein?
Of course, I was been in Machang 2003 until 2007, Prof.
Oh,
So
I
basically,
see.
we are colleague during that time.
Okay.
I
You
don't
know
think that
me.
you remember.
You know
I
me that
remember
time.
you. Of course, I remember you.
You know why I don't get scholarship?
Oh, that one I don't know, Prof.
You know the story that there are 8 of us from UiTM Kelantan apply scholarship, and
Okay.
seven got scholarship, but 1 of them don't get. It was me.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
Okay.
So
Okay.
whatever is, we have to read more, right, Prof? That's your advice, the tips. Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
So,
Okay, Prof. Uh-huh.
okay. So during that time, when I don't get scholarship, okay, I do on my own
Mm,
without cuti, without leave, without pay. I part timer only. That's why I choose
okay.
UMT, because from Machang to UMT is 1.5 hours only. 1.5 hour. Okay. So during my time, okay, my advice, if for those who want to graduate, I still remember when I graduated last time, 18 months. I graduated 18 months. I got the paper, the 18 months, and during the convocation, my name was announced as the best PhD graduate, and I was asked to give a short speech. Actually, speech prepared by university. I just go and read only. Ke bawah dulu yang maha mulia semua kita follow je. So after graduation, adalah pemberita tanya saya. Itulah cerita lama lah. Dia kata, apakah rahsia? Saya kata 3D. 3D. Apa tak
3D.
ingat apa
Okay.
3D? Saya kata, kita kena ada determination.
Determination.
Determination. Kita kena bersungguh. Lepas tu kena ada direction. Direction means, let's say the Shifa asked just now, you go and get the expert in that particular field and get the direction. Go see supervisor, for example. Supervisor will ask you, okay, read this article, read that article. From this article, you try to figure out that. Understand or not? Direction. Don't simply, blindly read here, read there. No, direction. Okay? And in yourself must have drive, drive. Semangat. Okay? Okay. Lepas tu saya kata, saya tengok 3P satu lagi. 3P. In order to cakap besar lah sebab, dapat hadiah pingat emas. Lepas tu, tanpa beasiswa, tanpa cuti. Without scholarship, without study leave. I finish in 18 months. Kalau saya cakap besar, saya selalu, saya di UNISZA kan, UNISZA, di sebelah-sebelah dengan UMT-nya, sebelah jalan je. UMT, lepas tu UNISZA. Kalau datang Terengganu ni kan kat airport ni.
I've been there. I've been there
before.
before. Yes, one of
Okay.
my student happened to have internship over there, so
Okay.
I've been there.
So
Need to visit.
saya di UNISZA, saya cakap macam ni lah kat my student, my postgraduate, sebab bila I kena bagi talk pada new student kan, new PhD student, we have 200 intake kan. Saya kata kalau saya cakap besar, kan, keluar daripada dewan ni, seberang jalan tu, you pergi UMT, you tengok di postgraduate school, tengok di dinding tu. Graduate 2007, siapa best student? Dia ada seorang je best student, ada gambar pun kat situ. Kan? Lepas tu saya kata, kalau saya buat di Moskow, saya cakap best student pun, mana you tahu, mana you nak pergi Moskow? Tahu tak? Universiti Jerman ke, nama entah apa universiti, cuba you pergi Jerman, tengok nama saya ada ke tidak. Memang student tak boleh nak tengok kan? Ni kat UMT, you seberang jalan je, tak payah naik Grab pun. You tak sibuk pun jalan, you lompat je, tu sampai ke sekolah, masuk UMT, tengok kat dinding tu, pergi graduate school, tengok kat dinding tu. Saya katalah kan. So bukan saya cakap besar. Saya cakapnya, bila kita nak buat, okay, kita kena ada apa? Proaktif. Meaning that if you study, if you want to do study, then you want to employ SAM, for example. You need to be proactive. You need to know who's the expert of SAM. Refer to him. Refer to her. Understand? Proactive. Kan, kalau you jumpa saya kan, dia kata, Prof, I cannot afford to come to your workshop. Can I have the material? I give material. Tahu tak? Okay. Ataupun, Prof, I cannot afford to come to your workshop. I kata ginilah, you register, you kata saya suruh you register free. Okay. Itulah maksudnya proaktif maksud saya. Macam kalau saya boleh buka WhatsApp contohnya, tapi takut bila WhatsApp ni takut ada nama orang kan. You tengok berapa orang yang bertanya saya takut. Nampak kan WhatsApp kan? Kita nampak?
We can't see that.
Cannot?
Prof, anyway, we have another question here, Prof.
Never mind.
Okay. Now you can see.
Okay. Okay, saya nak buka lah kat sini ni kan.
Okay.
Contoh. Mana yang tanya saya tadi?
A lot of group WhatsApp.
Okay. Dia tanya, ni masalah dia ni. Masalah ni. Dia artikel diterima, lepas tu dia tanya, macam mana masalah dia ni? Tak boleh nak tu, saya kata. Ni workshop saya macam ni lah. Okay. Saya kata, bacalah buku ni. Lepas tu buku mana? Saya ambil gambar buku, saya tunjuk kat dia. Lepas dia kata, okey dah dapat. Tapi dia tak faham lagi. Dia pun beri saya ni model dia untuk saya check. Saya kata, okeylah malam ni saya tengok. Inilah saya kata proaktif. Faham tak? Contohnya satu lagi macam ni. Saya buka yang ni. Tapi jangan cerita kat tuan dia. Ni contohnya ni. Ini. Syukur alhamdulillah. Whatever lah. Ni student ni. Ni dia masalah dia ni. Dia pace dia. Nampak proaktif. Yang saya nak beritahu dia lah proaktif. Aktif. Ni baru sebelum kita buat workshop saya ni ada orang okey ni misalnya. Prof ingin bertanya lanjut tentang personal coaching. Nampak tak ni? Tak boleh baca ke?
Boleh. We can read.
Okay, ni dia nak bertanya. Maksud saya dia buat personal coaching. Lepas tu dia kata berapa, lepas tu dia deposit duit. Tak buat pun lagi. Deposit duit nampak. Itulah ceritanya. Bukan nak cakap apa. Saya punya keyword apa tadi? Proaktif. Proaktif.
Proaktif.
Proaktif. Okay, another question apa tadi?
Okay, we have second questions. The organizer, can we get back the question number 2 from Zarif, if I'm not mistaken?
Okey, Okey,
Okay,
soalan ni cuba
okay.
baca.
But okay, before that we have here from Mr. Muzamil Muhammad. Prof Zainudin nak tanya, boleh guna cadangan research yang terdahulu tak tetapi digunakan untuk industri yang berbeza? Itu soalan daripada Mr. Muzamil Muhammad.
Dia kalau kita nak buat yang industri yang berbeza, macam mana saya nak dapat balik ke sini ya? Tak boleh masuk screen ya.
You have to stop your sharing WhatsApp first, then you
Oh, I see. Okay, start sharing semua kan?
your slide.
Okay, hold on.
Okay.
Saya first time ni. Okay, boleh. Okay. Actually, previous research, sebenarnya kalau previous research, project proposal, it's very difficult for us, for the panel to approve, because previous study, previous issue, maybe that issue is valid at that particular time, at that particular scenario. So our issue, for example, nowadays, today, the characteristic of the population dah change, the playing ground dah change because of COVID. Understand? So if maknanya now kita ada COVID, now our research, our activities has to take consideration of that COVID. Cara kita collect data tak sama. So that's why kata kalau kita nak begin with previous study, tak boleh. Kalau saya tahu mungkin maybe that those who ask question is like this. Mungkin dia kata, can we begin our study based on the work that has been finished by previous study? Then okay. Understand tak? Begin where the previous study ends. So that's why you kena ada, kalau saya boleh advise lah, you kena baca previous study dulu, previous PhD, previous thesis. Masak dulu. Then previous thesis, dia ada suggestion by researcher tu kat belakang chapter 6 atau chapter 5, direction for future researcher. Daripada situ barulah you begin. Then gunakan thesis dia sebagai anchor apa? Sebagai paksi lah, anchor thesis. Baca daripada situ, cite daripada situ, dapatkan dia punya citation, article, citation, whatever. Then from di mana dia berakhir, kita bermula. Sebab dia beri cadangan. Okay, the new study should consider adding more population, consider more industry, for example, should consider adding a few more construct into the model. This study did not include employee satisfaction, for example. So next model, maybe using the same model that he finished, then you adapt the model, you modify by introducing satisfaction sebagai mediator, sebagai contoh. Then it's okay. Okay, maybe that's the answer. That's why kalau saya kan proaktif tadi, saya P kan, proaktif, pertama proaktif. 3P tau, tadi 3D, 3P. Ingat lagi ni tahun 2007. Bukannya prepare, bukan ada kat depannya. Proaktif sebab saya spontan je. 3 cakap besar lah sebab dah menang pingat ni. Pingat emas tak ada kan. Cakap besar pun tak apa, siapa nak cakap. So what? Betul tak? Kalau nak kutuk biarlah. Kan kita dah menang pingat emas. Okay. So proaktif. Proaktif macam ni lah. You bayar tu. Lepas tu proaktif lagi, you go to presentation. Okay. Like I did last time. I buat bidang marketing dan tajuk dia service marketing. So I go to any presentation. Then I akan tengok apa ni title-title yang saya minat. Dan saya akan duduk dalam bilik tu dan saya akan prepare question, saya akan tanya setanya-tanyanya. Hingga student tu tak boleh nak jawab saya tanya. Faham tak? I used to have problem with the supervisor. I tanya student, dia kata dia buat bersama supervisor di Langkawi, I tanya, wait, so you cannot answer. So who did this? Oh, this is my supervisor did this and this. Where's your supervisor? There at the back, kan. Panggil supervisor mai kat depan, saya nak tanya kan. Masa tu saya student lagi tahu tak. Tapi saya, itulah orang tu suka sebut sebab saya logat. Logat bukan logat mengutuk orang, logat apa. That's why I can do very fast. Okay. Okay. So, yang kedua adalah progressive. Proactive, progressive. You kena check. Hari ni you buat ni. Tomorrow must be more than what you have today. Day after tomorrow, you must have more than what you have tomorrow. You measure. Proactive, progressive. Lepas tu never give up. Persistent. Never give up. Kan? So, finally I buat tu. I buat dalam 18 bulan, 2 tahun lah sekali dengan yuran beasiswa, yuran Wahibah 1,000. I bayar 4,000. Part time tau, part time. You ada macam pergi sini, tak sewa apa je. Habis 4,000. So dapat best student dapat 3,000.
Alhamdulillah.
Saya rugi 1,000 tu. Saya rugi 1,000, saya dapat best student tu kenapa? Sebab saya buat dengan SAM. Examiner mana tahu SAM pada masa tu, tahun 2007. Bila saya buat dengan SAM tu semua, oh betul lah betul. Berani dia nak tanya. Makin tanya, makin nampak bodoh. Baik jangan tanya. Faham tak? Itulah, sorry lah.
New knowledge, something that. Okay, Prof, can we
Okay.
go to another question, Prof?
Okay.
Okay, our third question is from Zafriza. Assalamualaikum, Dr. Masitah and Prof. Dr. Zainudin. I'm Zafri. I have a question. How do we know we have discovered a very good research gap?
Actually, when you read the TC, you read the literature article, you kena ada satu dia panggil literature metric. Faham tak? Literature metric. You fill up all the metric. Kan contohnya you cover 5 tahun ataupun 10 tahun. Okay, siapa yang buat dalam bidang yang you nak buat tu, apa tajuk dia, ada panggil literature metric. Apa tajuk dia, apa yang telah dia buat, apa dapatan dia. Lepas tu bidang dia bidang apa. Daripada study semua tu, you kena cari apa yang orang belum buat lagi. Katalah, mana nak cari orang belum buat, semua orang dah buat. Kan? Apa yang orang buat tetapi you rasa, you kena boleh mencelah sikit because of ada macam tak complete dia punya, you kena beritahu lah, tak complete dia punya propose, apa ni, kajian ke, you petikankan dari segi dia punya population, method, ataupun mungkin dia kata you tengok model dia. Kalau model dia predict only 40% of the construct, you kata that model is not adequate. Understand? When you model something, you want to predict 100%. But like model yang saya tunjuk tadi, 52%, 40%, meaning that model is not adequate. Few variable need to be added into the model. You faham? Kadang-kadang model tu ada ataupun tanpa mediator. So you propose to have mediator. Kalau model tu ada satu mediator, you propose to have 3 mediator. Because at the end of the day, you kata the model can better predict, okay, employee performance or maybe whatever, knowledge sharing behavior or what. So meaning that you must be able to talk, to say something. I give you analogy lah. I give you satu analogy. Katalah you contractor yang repair rumah ni, yang renovate rumah lah, ataupun kontraktor hiasan dalaman. Faham tak? Internal designer, kontraktor. Kalau saya jemput you pergi, datang rumah saya ataupun datang office saya kata okey, cuba you tengok apa yang tak kena dengan office saya, dan you propose. Faham tak? You propose dan you dapat budget 100,000 nak habiskan budget tahun ni. Mestilah you tengok yang tak kena apa. Oh, pencahayaan ni terlalu tu, saya propose you beli satu bidai yang baru 2,000. Faham tak? Lantai depan ni licin, I propose you ganti kapet baru. Faham tak? Lepas tu sebab bilik ni selalu meeting, selalu bergema, I propose you letak kat dinding tu macam penebat udara supaya tidak bergema. Contoh. Barulah you jadi proposal. Baru keluar proposal. Ini kalau jemput masuk dalam bilik, I rasa semua dah okey ni. Sampai bila you tak boleh nak propose? Same thing like you read somebody's thesis, you read somebody's thesis ataupun artikel ataupun apa, you tengok apa yang kekurangan. Dari situlah, oh yang tu kurang sini, yang ni kurang. Maka saya ada suatu proposal nak betulkan. Macam tu. Maksud saya kena ada critical thinking. Kena criticize. Okay. Macam ahli politik lah, dia kritik orang tu, kritik orang ni sebab dia nak promote diri dia. Kalau dia tak kritik, macam mana dia boleh naik? Kan? Kadang-kadang iyalah kritik ni mudah lah.
I think let's go back to what you have been proposed just now, Prof. You say that we have to read a lot from the literature as an evidence, so that we can, know what other people was not doing yet.
Yes,
okay?
Yes. Satu lagi adalah if I can advise last time kita tidak pilih universiti dulu tau. You tahu saya shopping for supervisor, shopping.
Okay.
You jangan pilih universiti, you jangan pilih nak masuk Universiti Melaya, jangan, because kalau kadang-kadang you apply tanpa menamakan supervisor, apa akan jadi adalah you are given the unwanted supervisor. Supervisor yang tak ada student sebab memang teruk, pekak punya supervisor. Lalu you dapat yang tu, faham tak? Sorry lah, bukan dengan UiTM, tempat lain lah. Saya shopping supervisor ni macam ni. Okay? Kita pergi pada conference. Tengok student tu present. Kalau kita tengok student tu, bagus ni student ni present. Cara dia present bagus. Mesti supervisor bagus. Kalau tengok macam ni, tak payah ni, pekak punya supervisor. Mesti student pekak juga. Faham tak? Kalau bagus, okey, jumpa dia. Itulah proaktif, jumpa dia. Cik, cik daripada universiti mana ni? Universiti A. Supervisor. Siapa supervisor you? Dia akan beritahu. Kalau you pergi conference di Langkawi kan, mesti kalau akhir tahun mesti supervisor pergi jaga juga sebab dia nak pergi cuti. Masa student present tu dia adalah kat belakang sekejap. Lepas tu dia pergi shopping lah. Kan? Lepas tu tanya, ada supervisor dalam bilik ni? Ada tak? Ada. Dan you pergilah jumpa. Cakap, Prof, saya minat dengan tadi. Saya pun ada idea nak buat bidang service marketing. Cuma saya nak marketing service insurance. Saya nak yang ni. Prof ada idea tak? Masa itulah banyak dia dapat. Dia akan ambil pen kita. Dia sebab dia tengah minum. Kan lepas presentation dia minum. Dia minum sambil berdiri, betul tak? Mana ada kursi kat presentation di hotel kat lobby tu, diri je ambil kek. Lepas tu ambil air kopi kan. Dia akan ambil pen dia ambil tisu. You baca yang ni. You tulis kat atas tisu tu kat kita. Faham tak? Lepas tu itulah pentingnya. Sebab apa? Sebab kalau you tak cari dia tempat conference tu, you nak pergi cari dia universiti, mampu dia nak terima you. Siapa you? Bukan you Masitah lah, orang lain lah. Contohnya orang nak jumpa saya, Prof ada PA cakap, Prof ada orang nak jumpa saya. You tengok ada appointment kak? Tak ada. Tak ada, tanya dia nak apa? Entah dia nak saja, nak datang-datang. Tak payahlah, saya sibuk. Macam tu. Tetapi kalau kita dah jumpa di Langkawi yang itu, kan? WhatsApp je, Prof ingat tak? Masuk sekejap. Saya ada meeting tapi macam tu layanan dia. Maknanya catch up dia di tempat conference, di Langkawi ke, di mana-mana lah. Bukan Langkawi, di KL ke. Dan buat, kalau kita dah baik buat repo dengan student tadi tu kan. Dan kita nak buat bidang yang sama, supervisor yang sama, kita boleh save duit tau. Kita boleh minta free je. Skopus artikel yang dia download, yang dia bayar $15 satu. Betul tak? Dia bagi pen drive, dia masuk dalam internet. Kan? Betul tak? Dia dah download dah berapa banyak dah. Spend masa download, search, pay. You dapat free je. Itulah proaktif. Ini pergi macam kan bergoyang dah. Register 2 minggu tak download lagi mana-mana material. Betul tak? Some tu bukan fakulti ni, some tu macam mana nak cari artikel? Register dah, masa dah berjalan dah. Itulah student, especially those yang dapat HLP tu. Yang guru mana bagi dia dapat beasiswa buat PhD tu adalah suatu peluang untuk bersama keluarga dan relax. Kebetulan
Okay.
dia dapat pun supervisor relax. Supervisor tak jumpa dia satu semester, dia pun tak nak jumpa. Tak? So jangan macam tu. Dia takkan dapat PhD.
Okay. Okay. Thank you for that. Actually, we have another question. I
No
think.
problem.
Oh, actually, our organizer mentioned that the question has been also already been you already answering that question actually.
Okay,
So with that, Prof, I feel so actually the time is quite I thought that it's only 4 o'clock. Now it's already 4:18. So
Okay.
means that
Okay.
what we call in Malay, masa mencurumburui. That's the
Okay
word,
lah.
the always statement that we are putting when we have this kind of webinar.
Hmm.
So I'm really thankful to you for your
Okay.
very delightful and lots of informative informations regarding with the research with this research methodology that you have been sharing with us today. And in the same time, Prof, I would like to just make some assumptions, or not assumptions, the wrap up for these
Okay.
sessions.
Okay.
Okay, based on what you have been sharing with us today, I
Hmm.
can get with your 3D and 3P. Now, when I go back to your first presentations just now, you're talking about the each of the student, especially the postgraduate, must have a critical read on the literature review. That is the most important. And then the student must have a correct putting the base on of their research. So there's also another thing whereby they can always know actually what their research is about, and then the
Okay.
evidence from the previous researchers, such as like data, graph, is very important also. And the last one, as you mentioned just now about the research gap, that is also very important. Then we can see how these frameworks, or how we supposedly know about the research methodology suitable with our topic and our ideas and so on. Okay, Prof. Before I end this session, actually it's only for today's session. Actually, tomorrow we will have other sessions. So I hope all the participants who are still with us today, you will be together with us tomorrow also with others, a lot of activities and program. And again, thank you, Prof. I hope you are
Thank you.
not feel serik for you to join us after this. Inshallah, in the
Okay.
future, I think there is a lot of other session that we will, especially when I can see your information about the SEM, okay, which is you are very expert on that. So, Prof, with that, and
I bagi buku, ingat buku and
yeah, I
article.
forgot
Okay,
about
just
that.
give you.
Actually,
Okay.
Prof already give to our organizer, especially to me. Okay, all the materials. We will share with all the participants if you would like to have. And please do left yours inside this chat room also, text box, so that we can go back to you and give to you all the material also. And again, Prof, thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. Thank
And
you.
Prof, don't leave. You have to wait for a while, Prof. Only we're just ending for this today's sessions,
Okay.
and hope that we can see again. We can see again in the future. So to all the participants, and thank you for being here until at the end of the sessions. And on the behalf of the Strategic Contents and Information Management International Postgraduate Webinar, Faculty of Information Management, and our presenter, thank you again for joining us today, and have a great rest of your days. Stay safe, stay home. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and salam sejahtera.
Waalaikumsalam. Waalaikumsalam. Okay, thank you. Okay, bye-bye.